Welcome everyone to another Linux live stream here on our channel. Let's hope this time I don't plug a cable out when I'm live streaming. I can't believe another of those videos in the plan to make. I'm shocked. I'm speechless. Thing is, 1 year later, I have this Steam Deck not that long, 6 months or so. Got it relatively late. Ordered it myself. Had to wait for the first international shipments and stuff. I'm shocked that 1 year later, since the Advent release and stuff, like over 1 year, and audio does like not just freaking work TM on generic Linux. So the issues appear to be multiple. So here's an article like, hey, it finally works, like, except not for me. And this is this kind of stuff, this modern over internet stuff, right? For one thing, sound cards became more simple and more simple. Previous video, Sound Blaster and Creative Labs and Gravis Ultrasound and stuff. Previously, and Yamaha OPL, previously sound cards could do all kinds of things themselves. FM synthesis, wavetable, other stuff. Nowadays, this stuff is glorified just PCM output and no FM synthesis and wavetable and stuff because CPUs are fast enough, except then Intel and AMD at times now start to put some over complex DSP stuff in there, and then like instead of this previous pure PCM constantly needing quirks and features, because of course some modern codec stuff cannot just work, each Realtek, maybe even VR, Crystal and all the other companies in between need all the quirks, like just look on those Intel HDA, like you would think like in this day and age, the last decades there would be a standard and would just effing work, but no, everyone fucks it up. Shows the developers and users a finger, quality engineering like we know it, right? And so the issue is now, so not only I realize I now switch to Epic Threadripper Horizon just for build servers and Steam Deck, thin client and stuff. For stability and sanity, like AM5, USB, isochronous, video capture drops. Look at you. Also, how's my system stability doing right now? So yeah. You switch to the Steam Deck as your thin client, you glorified cheap thin client, and then audio doesn't work. Like audio doesn't work. So also it turns out, so there's some new patches sent in 2 years ago for AMD Van Gogh. You can't mix this shit up. ACP Advanced Co-Processor or whatever audio co-processor shit here. And 2 years, yeah, nearly 2 years or whatever. And so it needs two things, right? It needs a bloody driver, which for me, I'm not even sure if it's freaking enabled. There is something that, here's also a, what was it, C, whatever, error, probably, ICP errors, interrupt, yada. I'm not sure if it's this stuff actually, CS, what exactly is that even? It's like, yeah, 2023 on the Linux mainstream device, you get here, supply VA not found, dummy regulator, whatever stuff. What even is it? Is it related? Also, whatever. CS could be Crystal, CS. Yeah, there's some SND SOC. CS, whatever. Actually, there's some sound, ACP5X. So yeah, long story short, it could potentially work. Allegedly 6.1 or whatever. Except for me, random bullshit that I don't need to debug. Like, as if I have nothing else to do, I need to debug audio. Sound Blaster, Intel HDA audio standard that everyone was using, 2023, the flagship Linux gaming console device, upstream. The other thing is, even if it would work, which somehow it doesn't for me right now, it still would not just work, because of course there's that's probably kinda Steam's fault, or at least AMD reference design. So it turns out, even if it would work, you need some bloody configuration, because nothing like 2023 shit would, like audiophile shit would just work. No, apparently there are two codecs, two mono codecs, like normally you would have, like even my own sound card, I could carry it, it's just there, previous video, Crystal 42 whatever, 28 or whatever, something like high-end 18-bit decks 20 years ago. Like 25 freaking years ago, I built my own sound card from a CT magazine, Heise CT article. This highest end 18-bit Delta Sigma decks and ADC decks and stuff that were stereo, and in 2023 in the highest integrated mobile devices they put in 2 mono decks. I'm not sure if it was in this article. So long story short, you need configuration files that are also not upstream, right? Like if the kernel driver would work, it still would not work completely. So 2023, our Linux distribution needs to go there and peel out all those configuration files, because turns out there are some ACP5 UCM files, because we have nothing else to do than installing, like 2023, even if your kernel driver would work, which right now it doesn't even, you would still need, that I really hate otherwise anyway, these are some unified or whatever, what does it even stand for? Configuration files to properly enumerate the stuff and also group these 2 bloody mono channels, because otherwise if you play back something you only get it out of the left and right speaker. 2023, 2 freaking mono decks, and then you need over complex additional configuration stuff to group and enumerate this. Like, I have no, so use case manage configuration for phones and stuff, but of course it's kind of phone, right? What should I say? So that means we need to pull this in there as well. It's kind of pointless though, because right now it's not complete enough. The files are relatively simple. It's just, I'm not even sure where maybe I should patch them in. So these are those, here's this Valve Jupyter, just includes this AMD ACP5X thing here. And that is here, what is this Hi-Fi thing doing? Macro, amp. So apparently some left and like mono. Yeah, somehow, as I said, it's with this configuration grouping 2 mono channels and configuring the headphone stuff. I'm a little bit puzzled that the rest of this stuff doesn't work for me. It's supposedly, I mean, what do they write here? And that is also time and research, right? I mean, imagine normal user, where did I, even I probably clicked on the link there. Or I clicked on the hyperlink. And then normal users should find this stuff, right? Okay, normal users obviously run SteamOS and don't do that, but nonetheless, I would argue this stuff, in my opinion, since 20 years, and that is, I will also have to make more dedicated video about this stuff. I wanted, as usual, my list of potential videos I should do if I would ever have time between patching all this nonsense here. This stuff should be so standardized in the meantime. I understand that every decade there is some revolution and new standard, but there are so many broken standards and incomplete stuff, and the vendors, like, so first of all, it should be more standardized, right? The stuff like car parts, like screws, like nails, like screwdrivers and hammers, like, yeah, standards for screwdrivers, Phillips and so on, and Torx and security Torx and Pentaloop, amazing example. But screws and bolts and stuff, and like electrical wiring or whatever, like light switches in your light switch standard, another standard for each country. But my point is that it's ridiculous. And second of all, AMD, the vendors, AMD and Valve, especially both, not only AMD getting big in business and stuff and Linux, and also Valve, this is a Linux device, they both, I don't want to only blame Valve, certainly they're as much as AMD for actually inventing this stuff. Maybe Valve was used to use this stuff because it's in the AMD platform and SOC. So both have their share part that this stuff should work by now and not like error out here. We have their late to the stream, yeah, welcome there. Install T2 on their Sun Ultra 5 and blow away with how easy it is. Happy to hear that. We try harder to make this more amazing. If you see my Instagram, I just got another Sun sound card, Raptor engineering stuff, the few non-Sun graphic cards. And we need to do more testing. I need to finish grub 2 enablement for Sun. So there's so much stuff to do, but I can't improve grub 2 because every day some other random shit is failing. It's ridiculous. So yeah, why this stuff? I actually wanted to check if there's other stuff you would need to enable. Also, the drivers start to load. So to diagnose it is actually CS whatever error, whatever. What is it? CS? What is it even? Was it not starting with CS? So basically, by the way, would this have some CS? It's not that CS. How do they look those elements up? Card ID, so the card ID must come from somewhere. Wherever. Say log macro, analog PCM, digital PCM, enable sequence, BIQ coefficients. It's like, yeah, also like in the 90s, a bloody Creative Sound Blaster was just freaking working TM, and now you need to load some BIQ coefficients, probably DSP equalizer tuning for, but define macros. Was it where I just had been? Was I there or there? Wait, are they both? Are they different? Probably should diff them. Card init. There's some card init conf and stuff. But anyway, I believe this files, so you would need to have this files. But I think this here is the more serious. Also, I mean, you've seen this, right? So many devices, right? It's a small, you can never have too many SOC devices for like host bridges, and it's like, yeah, you can never have, it's, yeah. I'm not, so, I mean, maybe the best thing might be, when is it loaded? I mean, we could check the source code, SPI, whatever. We could actually try to find out what is it trying to do there. Maybe, I mean, I wonder why it fails like that for me. Could indicate it is what? Oops. What? Where is this send coming from? Oops, oh, nothing like too many. Yeah, and now the journey starts, right? Where even was this? And this, the problem with this stuff is as if you have nothing else to do, right? I have so many to-do lists fuller and fuller, and so basically maybe good start would be to check if there are more config options that we need to enable. This complexity it's just mind-boggling crazy. Enables machine driver for Van Gogh platform using CS35L4. If unsure, select not main. Because there's even a new one already. There's already audio coprocessor yellow car. That's probably, I believe that is one. I think this is 5X, right? So there's also other SOC now. It's ridiculous. And where even to start now where these errors are coming from. All I wanted is audio, right? It was working in the 90s. So this is apparently everything you could enable as a module. Renoir, ACP5X. I mean, something matches and is being loaded. Actually, we could lspci verbose should show the card, right? Non-essential multimedia, AMD, ACP. Actually, this is funny. This is ACP 3x6x, although I believe this is a 5x, isn't it? Does it show here some driver in use? Yeah, here it's all, but this text comes from the LS, like just PCID database. So PCID database 3x6x, although it's a 5x, but this is also funny. Kernel driver in use, this one. But it's using 3. Why does it still say 3x6x? Although, actually, or do they all match and then only one works? It is absolutely mind-blowingly complex. Yeah, speeches. I don't think user space init will, or can this fix something? I mean, maybe this card init will change something and assign some GPIO for shit to work. Somehow this matches on device virtual DMI ID product name being Jupyter. Who knows? Maybe this is maybe there's some super complex interaction for. I mean, I have it hard to believe, but maybe that is. So where was I? Somewhere this. Wait, actually there is, which even is 5x. Oh. Is it ACP DMA support MD platform? Which one was the 5? Renoir. Here is. I really hate those code names, so here is the SOC ACP5X. That is, it's lowercase x, this is why I think ACP5X. This is Van Gogh. As this names is also like, the problem is, sure, if you heard about this, I use this 5X stuff. I hate code names. Like, why can they not just name all the stuffs in 5x? I mean, who cares what their bloody internal code name is? Because the problem is, if you're not working there internally, this bloody code name means nothing for you. Recommended me this channel, even though I don't coding and started learning Linux. That is amazing. Happy to see you. Hope you learned something. So yeah, the thousands implementation of PCMI stuff, why this is necessary, it's beyond my understanding. So here is CS35L. I mean, maybe there are other patches needed, but or this, maybe I should actually package, maybe I should just package the initialization and use UCM and reboot. Maybe we should check ALSA git UCM. If this is applied upstream, then we could just pull the latest git version in. If we're super lucky. One commit yesterday. Gigabyte. I mean, we could just click through it. It should be in. Was it UCM? Basically, we should have the directory structure here, so that, yeah, with UCM2 AMD, UCM2 AMD, there is initial 3 months ago. Yay, it's just not yet released. Okay, so this is I mean, we could pull this patch though. It's still, or does this? No, it does not have. So they pulled in ACP5X, but not the. So we had 1 to 8, right? It was in October. And ACP5. Actually, here is initial support for Van Gogh on Steam Deck. So yeah, it is there. That is a good thing. We can just pull in this patch that makes stuff a little bit easier for me. It's still not released though, right? And the question is, yeah, I mean, maybe I need to try. I've no, very rarely used this UCM stuff. Thankfully, the question is, this was also. It's also conf-d. Oh, okay, this is conf-d. Maybe this is then in, where was it here? Conf-d can never make it Jupyter. What was it? Wolf, AMD. Oh my god, what freaking was it? TM. ACP5X, of course. ACP5X. Valve Jupyter 1 conf. Okay, it's only why. Oh no, it's the same. Okay, fine. Good. Then let's. Is that the full commit? Let's see. The stuff we've seen. I guess that could be all we need. Patch and pull that in, because obviously we want everything, at least in our Just Amazing Linux distribution, just working. TM. Audio, ALSA, UCM, conf, curl, that, rename 6 whatever to hotfix, Valve Jupyter. Jupyter 1, maybe I should actually freaking, I should be a pro and copy and paste it, except modern web stuff, can't simply copy and paste. Patch, I wonder, like how much. So I named this hotfix because then our data AI bot for our Linux distribution, of course our 2023 Linux distribution needs a AI bot to help maintaining all this craziness. Image ALSA UCM conf or so. Without all the other, I didn't even have this installed. That's none. That is off to a good start. Yeah, but the question is, does it need some daemon, or what does this article say? I believe I used this on the Pine form or something. Requirements, testing, installing, install, thank you very much. ALSA state restore, ALSA troubleshooting, deletes this stuff, wonderful. What else does it? Valve has, what is it? Oh wait, what? That Valve has still not submitted the other UCM SteamOS uses to upstream and a whole bunch of other stuff, even 1.5 years. Why do they shame Valve here? This is, in my opinion, a little bit harsh tone. I mean, of all the companies, Valve has actually done one of the most things. I mean, this is what I mean. I'm criticizing here people, but I mean, if they publish this on a request, it's not GPL violating, and you could have just, like, if it's GPL license, this tone is also not really helpful. I only wonder. Wait, where did I just pull this out? Oh wait, maybe I didn't even pull this out of. Maybe this is a special. Oh wait, where did I pull it out now, or was it upstream? Okay, this is not official ALSA, so this is just some random dude. So CS35L DSP mode no works. Everything seems to finally work. The only question is, only seems to work with kernel 6.1 plus. Merge PR. The source of these files are from merge PR in the ALSA. Add initial support for Steam Deck. If it is there in ALSA, why did they make another Git repository? Yeah. Okay, other people say it works perfectly. The off profile does not work as suspected. Output device is still available. Try to disable steps to reproduce. Okay, what happened there? Let's see if it installed. ALSA UCM conf. We should have some. Yeah, I see already ACPI and Valve. Jupyter. Oh, this installed some Oric. Oh, you can't mix this shit up. This is super not ideal. But I'm not in the mood to fix this right now. Fix ALSA ACM conf not install Oric patch files. That's oh, this didn't apply. What was it even? So does it magically just work? Not directly. So the question is, UCM. So these files are just there. The question is which user space components. Why does it not install UCM? Why does it only install UCM2? Nah. There's slightly newer other utils version. Yeah, I didn't. This is my 7-year-old installation. Obviously, if you download an ISO, you get the latest. But I didn't really have to, like usually for 20 years, audio was just working even. This was again a cable. Nothing like plugging this out of my Steam Deck again, live on YouTube. So let's see what we have in ALSA utils, UCM. Okay, there is some ALSA UCM, whatever it does. There is some stuff. Incompatible syntax 6 in USB audio conf. Oh, that is off a good start. Failed to import HW0 configuration. Yeah, they're good at that. Now geht's. This is of course really ridiculous. Yeah, to the people. Yeah, so basically I need to read more freaking manual because obviously you want to read more also. Maybe I should have this on auto. Obviously what you want to do in 2023, read the freaking manual to get ALSA audio working. That when you're used to that, your Sound Blaster 16 or 64 just freaking works even on DOS TM. Anyway, that is a state of modern hardware. upstreaming, and stuff still not shipping. See you next time, hopefully with working analog audio on this Steam Deck. And hope you learned something.